Greetings, citizens of Tetris. It is your old pal Van Dweller back with more classic Tetris Monthly. We got a lot of stuff for you today. I don't have an entire slide of what is happening today, but there's a lot. But we are going to be here. It's 8 a.m. in Texas. We're going to be here till like late doing Tetris for all of you, your entertainment. Oh my God, you're going to love it. Right now, we are going to do a map. Oh, I have to sneeze. Wait, hold on. Wait. Wait. Oh. Come on. I got to sneeze. Come on. No, I lost it. I might come back, though. Right now, we're going to do a Masters event, single, solitary, solo match, right? One match out of Masters. And then everything else today is going to be Mega Dasters. Okay? So one match right now, it's going to be Gwafey versus Lucas out of the blue bracket. That's a round one match. And that is the only thing that we are doing out of Masters today. Everything else is Mega Dasters. And if you want to see the whole thing, hopefully you're in Discord. There's a lot. It's just spread throughout the whole day. You're gonna see Jacobo versus Jedi Evan. We're gonna finish Adam MTS versus Leo. You'll see Rorschach versus Hidari, winner versus Tim. Vance versus this and that, winner versus Matt Martin. Ian Keith versus Noro, winner versus Cole. So that is what we are doing today. It's spread out throughout the entire day. And check your local listings. If you're on Twitch, I think the schedule should be up to date, at least as of last night. And if you're on YouTube, you can go to the live tab of our channel and see everything that is scheduled. Okay? So I don't have the whole thing here, but that is everything that is happening. But right now, going to be Gwafey versus Lucas. And so, yeah, let us take a look at our rules. We have rules here at the Masters event. And yes, it's a 32-player single elimination flat bracket tournament based on the 1989 version of Tetris released by Nintendo for the Nintendo Entertainment System. On NTSC consoles, players can play an emulator or console so long as the game mechanics, appears, and statistics are unmodified. They can use any controllers, relax, no big buttons, turbo functions used, whether electronic or mechanical, biological, turbo only. Okay. Remember, these are best of 5, so the first player to 3 is the winner of the match. Level 18 starts all the way through level 39. Super kill screen, make sure that's turned on, and we've got uncapped score. That is a thing, right? So no max outs here. We keep going. Wow, can you imagine? Holy crap. Same piece sets will be used re-rolled in between each game of the match players. We do not increment them. There's a lot of new people this month, and they're like, "Oh, I'm incrementing." No, this is Big Boy Tetris, and we re-roll in Big Boy Tetris. Players should not receive any in-game advice, and do not pause unless the commentator tells you to, especially if you experience tech issues. So if you do experience tech issues, internet, OBS, whatever, just keep playing until I give you further instructions. Do not assume that your game will not count, because it might. Okay. Oh, and the winner gets absolutely something, and that is a share in a prize pool, which stands right now at $5.75. Holy moly, right now that's going to be divided amongst 4 people, the top 4, with the winner getting $2.87.5. Is that how math works? I think so. So that is going to be quite the haul for some lucky winner. But if you want the winner and everybody else to get more than that, well, that is where you come in as a viewer. The prize pool for this event and all our events are 100% funded by you, the fans. So this gets as big as you want it to. And your contributions are what make up the prize pool. So if you want to contribute to the prize pool, use the Matcherino command while you're watching live here on Twitch and on YouTube. It should bring up some links. One of those links should be for the Masters event or Masters or Emmy or whatever it says. Click on that one. You'll be taken to the landing page for this tournament with our prize pool partner Matcherino, and top right hand corner it says log in. Click on that to log in. Right side of the page will then say contribute, and you click on that to contribute. And by the way, you can log in with your existing Twitch or YouTube account. You do not need to go through the account creation process, with Matcherino. You just, it says log in with Twitch, log in with YouTube, and you're like, okay. And that's how it works. Go.ctm.gg/prize is where you can find that page if you're watching after the fact. And yes, we have contribution codes that are free. Like, you just go to the website and click a button and it puts in 25 cents into the prize pool. We've got 50 of those, one per account. So go help us out. Don't let those lapse. I don't want to sit here and hound you for an entire month. Let's get those done. Okay, help us get to our top 8 incentives so we can pay the top 8, right? That's what we're really looking to do every single month. It's been a long time since we missed our incentives, and I would like to not do that. Okay. That's how to support the players, to support the channel, so that the channel can continue to exist and bring you all this Tetris, like most months. Classic Tetris, mostly monthly. One great way to do that is to go to patreon.com/monthlytetris and make an ongoing pledge of support. Just like these people have done. There's probably a couple people missing on here, but big shouts to Scott Gray, Jane the Window, K9, Tacky, Corporal, Shelby, Troy Dan, KM, Rogue Potato, Cat Kid, Javan T, Jason, and Sunny. Yes, Sunny, can you believe it? A yellow name. What a sunny yellow individual. And everybody else on the screen, thank you so much for helping to keep this channel alive. There would not be Classic Tetris Monthly without your support. I'm doing this full time. This is what allows me to stream at 8 a.m. on a Monday, okay? That plus me about to do DoorDash is what is keeping this channel alive. So thank you, everybody. We have other ways to support us as well. If you're on YouTube or Twitch, you've got platform-specific ways like subscribing or joining the channel, bits and subs on Twitch. You know the deal. Do those. Those are important, okay? We lost 100 subscribers over September. We need to get those back. So help us out if you can. Amazon Prime, if you're a Twitch, if you're an Amazon Prime member, you get a Twitch Prime sub as well. Use that. And you can use the support command in chat to get other ways to support us as well. Okay, is that enough? Is that it? Is that good? Here it is. Look at Gwafey versus Lucas. That'll feed into a match against Akatu, which is fun to see Akatu back, and then ultimately Dangler. So some cinema potentially in the offing for us. But anyway, let us get over to our play screen, and I'm gonna have to jank it up a little bit, refresh some things. All right, there's that. We'll move the camera around. Feeling good. It's 8 a.m. We're low carb. We're doing our keto thing. Why is I hate this part. I wish OBS had a built-in. Oh, here we go. All right, we'll fix our cameras up. We'll just reset transform on that. And players, I will drop the pieces in the chat while I mess around with this, and you can be getting all that ready. All right, got a good view of the rest of the room for Gwafey here. All right. Normally, Gwafey is in the Death Star. It's like all dark and looking sithy. But today, got a nice light, bright room. Look at that. Can't hide from the sunlight. Let's see, what are we on? 29 for Lucas. It's morning. I know. Well, who knows? Maybe you have a no window room. I don't know what you got. This should be... There it is. Lucas. There's a movie from the 80s called Lucas, and it's out of print Blu-ray, and it's one of the most expensive Blu-rays you can find if you're a Blu-ray collector. It's very expensive just because it's out of print. All right. All right, did the seed come? I think so. Oh, it would help if I opened the Twitch chat. All right, the pieces are here. A6E05A. Good morning, Winter. Morning Gang is here. All right, A6E05A. Looks good. So we're going to get these players started. Gwafey versus Lucas, round 1, CTM Masters event, blue bracket, October 2025, 3, 2, 1, Tetris. On the left side of your screen, seed number 20 from the United States of America. It is Gwafey. Gwafey qualified in with a 1.27 million qualifier. That was the average of his best 2 games played in 1 hour. Gwafey has got a PB of 2.96 million according to the thing that I looked at, although for some reason I remember it as higher, but I think that's right. That's good. That's a top 30 score. Gwafey was ranked number 18 in the most recent Premier poll. You can go to premierpoll.com, Premier with an E at the end, to see the full rankings of Tetris players, which I was absent from for 2 months. I did not do September and October, so I can't take credit or blame for however people are ranked in Premier Poll for September or October. 116 here for Gwafey, 98,000 for Lucas. And we've got people that are doing some lawn work outside, so we hope. I don't know. Can you guys hear that? Wait, listen. Can you guys hear that? I don't know. Anyway, Gwafey had his best ever result in CTM last month, made it into the semifinals in August for the first time, and went to a decider with Pixel Andy and had his best ever CTM payout as well last month. You've also seen Gwafey at the Northeast Regional about a month ago, top 8 in that. And you've also seen Gwafey have a good run at the Classic Tetris World Championship this year, made it into the top 16. Gwafey is also a former Future Circuit winner. That was back in July of 2024. And he is a 2-time Mega Masters player, 24 and 25. It seems weird to say the year without saying like 2024, 2025, but I'm committing to it. 304 for Gwafey, 264 for Lucas. That's what we said in the 90s, okay? We didn't go Oh, back in 1988, back in 1987, oh, back in 1975. No, we just said 88, you know? The class of 88, class of 25, you know, that's what you should say. So I'm committing to it. And that's it. On the right side of your screen, it is Lucas. Lucas qualified into seed number 29 from Taiwan, PB of 1.25 million. 313 for Lucas. Board getting high here. Long bar gets over Tetris for Lucas. And another one. Right now, when the lines are tied, Gwafey ahead by about 19,000, a little less than a Tetris. So Lucas qualified in with a 1.168 million qualifier. And his PB is about a top 160-ish score. Someday I'll get a 1.2. I'll probably be 70 by the time it happens, but it might happen. Oh, whoops. $519 for Lucas, $495 for Gwafey. Lucas played in our stupid Tetris monthly tournament this year. Lucas really kind of coming on the scene as a player in CTM, being on cam and doing all that stuff. Kind of just for like, just kind of this year, but he's got probably, I don't know. I haven't seen a ton of Lucas, but he did play in STM, which is great. We are going to do another STM. Actually, going to open quals for that at some point in the next 24 hours. But we had a lot of new players in some of our events this year, or rejoining us as well. Lucas among them. 621 here for Lucas, 613 for Gwafey. Both players 600K here on 19. So healthy transitions here in game number 1. And Gwafey is gonna top out at 613. And Lucas is good in game number 1. So Gwafey kind of couple of hangs on that left side and then tried to drop an L piece, which would have been perfect, but he kind of needed to, I don't know, kind of to maneuver it around a spire and didn't work. So Lucas gonna take game number 1. Players are going to put the pieces in the chat. Squirrel in Flannel, thank you for the tier 1 sub. I missed that earlier, but really appreciate that. Vandy, is there room in the budget for me to make $1 a year for pinning seeds? $1 a year? Oh my God. You'd be like the 4th highest paid person in CTM. Behind me, I think. Okay, looks like both players are ready. 40275E, 40275E. Looks like both players are ready. Let us get game number 2 underway. Lucas up 1 game to none. So yeah, the only CTM event I have for Lucas besides, well, what do I have? Let's see what I have here. I have futures, and then did they put Stupid Tetris Monthly in the Masters? I think they did. Yeah, I have a future circuit appearance in February of November 24. And then Stupid Tetris Monthly, and now in the Masters event. Taking a game off of Gwafey, so. So where has Lucas been hiding? All right, there's a Tetris for Lucas, 116, 72,000 here for Gwafey. All right, there's a Tetris for both and another one. So 166 for, actually same score, same lines, 166 for each player. So yeah, prior to STM, we just have futures circuit appearances for Lucas. And we have community tournament wins, community tier 2. Back in August of 24. All right, Gwafey up near the top of the screen, and of course we know that Gwafey can handle something this high here, so we'll let it happen. Oh, there's a beautiful blue J piece. All right, starting to come down. A long bar to the left would be very helpful if he can get one. Oh my goodness, Gwafey. And that is going to be another top out for Gwafey. Not that the first one was an early top out, but this is decidedly an early top out for Gwafey, 188. And Lucas is good in game number 2. Lucas in his Masters debut, round 1, is up 2 games to none over one of last month's semi-finalists. $6 stakes making him nervous, says Anjing. I know, the guys, there's $6 on the line. And Gwafey's like, I'm never agreeing to an early morning stream again. Never agreeing to it again. All right, 9C275D. 9C275D. All right, well, this is a best of 5, of course, so let's see what happens. Okay, 9C275D. Yes, all right. Looks like both players are ready. Game number 3. Lucas up 2 games to none. Gwafey needs to win to stay in 3-2-1 Tetris. And people are continuing to redeem codes. I think all the codes will be redeemed when we get to what, 1250? I gotta look at the Matcherino. Oh no, because we had $5 contributed in, so we still have a goodly number of codes. We still have 40 codes remaining, guys. Now, I don't even think there's 40. Well, there's 42 people watching. So if everybody watching did it, we would be very close. Tim says, I just used 50,000 points. What does it even mean? The no tickling the controller voice, you redeemed it and you don't know what it is? Well, now I can't demonstrate it because you redeemed what the don't do that voice. So now I can't even do that voice to tell you what it was. Junior with the $10.47 contribution to the prize pool. Thank you, Junior. Appreciate that. I love the Power Glove. It's so bad, said Lucas Barton. That is a quote from what, The Wizard? It's so bad. That's the Nintendo movie with Fred Savage and the chick from Rilo Kiley back in the 80s. Jenny Lewis, that's who it is. Yeah, Jenny Lewis. Tetris Gwafey 230, 164 for Lucas. Of course, all of you are like way too young to know really any of that. Probably even to know Rilo Kiley, which was a band in the early 2000s. All right, Gwafey piled high on the left side. Squirrel and Flannel gets all the old references. Oh, and Lucas is now going to top out. 199 top out for Lucas. So Gwafey is good. And in an exchange of early Christmas gifts in game 2 and 3, Gwafey is good. Takes game number 3. But now, Lucas, you have no excuse. It is not early where you are. B5649B. Yeah, Rilo Kiley is not the Star Wars character. But could be. All right, both players have signaled ready. Let's go. Game number 4. Gwafey still needs to win to stay in. Forced to decide in game number 5. Lucas looking to wrap it up right now. Yeah, this is Lucas's debut in the Masters event. And Futures is as far as he has gone in the past. I think maybe have gotten at least into the semis in September or August. I'm sorry, August. We didn't have a September. August. Of course, Futures now back. I don't know. Things have changed now. Futures circuit is back to 16 players, and the hopeful circuit has returned. So There should be more opportunities to win a tournament at the sub-masters level. Wallband says, just got here. Great play for a debut, indeed. What's up, Trebus? Welcome. Thank you. Tetris Gwafey. Lucas is going to uncover the well. And Longbar gets over Tetris for Lucas, 167, 148 for Gwafey, one line apart. So the P sequence so far has been a little droughty. And both players experiencing a drought, of course, same P sets. But yeah, this is a real drought. So get out your droughts. It's a drought. Lucas with that L on the left side. It's going to complicate things a little bit. It's a bar that he cannot use. A triple and a Tetris for Gwafey. 193 for Gwafey. 186 for Lucas. You thought you'd be unmodded after your hiatus? Well, I was on a hiatus, so I should be unmodded. Long day of Tetris, y'all. So this will be our only single solitary Masters event match for the day, and then it's going to be all Mega Dasters. And our next bracket for Mega Dasters scheduled to start in 26 minutes. Lucas working one row off the bottom, gets a couple of dirty Tetrises, 286 through 78, 262 through 70 for Gwafey. All right, Tetris Lucas 310, 308 for Gwafey. Tetris Gwafey 363. There's one Lucas 361. Lucas 5 lines ahead, but still close. All right, Gwafey in need of a long bar. We're going to chop it down here. Is now set up for a Tetris 389 waiting on the bar. Lucas gets one 429. Tetris is on level 18 worth 22,800. And we're nearing the level 19 transition. Tetrises will start to increase in value every 10 lines, every level increment. The 5 below for Lucas on the left side. All right, Lucas making some adjustments here. 500,000 for Lucas. 125, 482 for Gwafey. 6 lines back. Oh, a 5 below for Gwafey. Maybe he heard a 5 below was possible. He was like, oh, I'm going to do it. Yeah, there's just enough separation line-wise from these guys that, the players a little bit behind might be able to get some data from the commentary. Lucas in at 506, I think it was. 552 entry for Gwafey. So Gwafey with the advantage at transition. Tetris for Gwafey, 577, and another one. 602. 581 for Lucas. All right, Tetris, Lucas, 615, 639, Gwafey. Gwafey still back by 6 lines. Oh, that kind of weird overhang for Lucas. Only a long bar will do. Oh, and the double rotates the bar. So not out of it yet here. Has some burns, but could really use a bar now. Gets a bar. And Lucas in survival mode here. Lucas still fighting. Oh no, that is going to be a top out for Lucas at 658, and Gwafey at 736 is good and has forced a deciding game number 5. So great effort there for Lucas to survive. For a moment, well, for one moment, it was like he's not getting out of this, and I was like, oh, he's getting out of this, and then he didn't get out of this. So decider time, guys. You believed. Sorry, Tim. Can we call bar double flips blocking a Tetris well Corian bars? Absolutely not. I know people do that, but that's not what he's known for. I don't like that. Four, 6, 5, 9, 5, 2. You know, put respect on his name, right? All right, well, it is decider time. Gwafey versus Lucas. This one single solitary game will determine who goes to round 2. And it is actually a reverse sweep opportunity for Gwafey, so we'll turn this D around. There it is. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Have I done that before, Vandy? Don't call it Vandy bars. I don't double flip a lot of bars. And I have not done so notably in competition. We'll call it the short sword bar. Oh, the roller bar? True. Okay, we're underway in game number 5. Anjing, I am not calling it a Corian bar. I am not going to do that. $82,000 Lucas, $86,000 for Gwafey. This did start out 2 games to none for Lucas. Gwafey has taken the next 2, giving us this decider. What have I been up to? Decompressing? Hardly. I've been compressing. A very stressful September for your old pal, Vandy. A lot of stuff going on. 138 Gwafey, 159 Lucas. Filling in a deep 2-wide well in a middle of board is a type of Corian adjustment. No, yeah, it is. A 2x2 gap at the top of the stack filled in with the L and the J, or the J and the L. That's the Corian thing. 252 for Lucas. See, Corion's already got a thing, and it's a cool thing. Not the mold situation. Well, yeah, that they seemingly resolved it. So we had 2 weeks of what seemed like a mold-free life. But the other day, like, Sue and I are like, hey, do you smell mold? We're like, oh no. So I got to put in a request sometime today. But I mean, they did well to remedy it. I mean, they brought people in, and it seemed to work for a bit, but I think there's an underlying problem with the air conditioning, is what it is. 348 for Lucas, 296 for Gwafey. The air conditioning unit, I think, is like the condensate or whatever, the water that comes off it. I don't know what you call it. Is collecting somewhere that it shouldn't, is what I think. 298 for Gwafey, kind of getting high on the board here with some gaps. He's going to have to work to get through this. He's getting through it, chopping it down. Leaving himself plenty of space to work here. And the long bar gets over. And crisis averted here for Gwafey. 332, though, while Lucas is at 443. That T to the left, that's going to create a little gap toward the top of the stack. That's going to have to be addressed at some point. 15 lines to go for Gwafey until level 19. So Lucas now in a bit of a situation as 19 approaches. He's got a big honking gap or hole in the board. He's going to uncover it. There's a triple down the middle for Lucas. 6 lines to go. And he's trying to work through this, but just 5 lines, and this is getting a bit dicey. Gwafey is into 19 with a low transition in the 370s. Lucas is in 487. He uncovers and gets a Tetris. So good board here for Lucas, 512. Good board now finally here for Gwafey, 380. So about 130,000 point lead for Lucas right now on level 20. Just about the same line count. Tetris for Gwafey. So good survival for both of our players here. And what has become a nail biter. All right, Gwafey takes the triple. Long bar over Tetris for Lucas as the board was getting pretty high. Tetris, Gwafey, 461. A triple and a Tetris, Lucas, 613. So he has extended that lead, and he hangs a bar in column 2, but has enough room and enough roll to get one over into column 1. So after a Tetris here, his board is fine. Tetris, Gwafey, 520, back by 127,000. So the next speed increase is going to happen at level 29, 230 lines in. Tetris, Gwafey, 579. There's one Lucas. They're just trading these Tetrises back and forth. 130,000 point lead for Lucas still. And it will be interesting to observe what happens on level 29 here for Lucas. Lucas of the 1.25 million PB, according to the information that I was able to find. We'll see what that implies for level 29 play. Tetris for Gwafey, 706. 804 for Lucas. Oh, kind of a hang there with that L. That's going to complicate the board a bit. A 1.3. Oh, I looked at the wrong thing. So Lucas with a 1.38 PB. My apologies. I was very quickly getting this stuff done, so I was just going by the leaderboard, but I neglected to look at the PB in the bot. 898 for Lucas, 823 for Gwafey. Gwafey gets one. Lucas is into 29 at about 930 some odd. 857 here for Gwafey. Tetris for Lucas on 29. There's a Tetris for Gwafey. 896 at 29. Another one. Now 50,000 points back. Another double flip bar there for Lucas, but he recovers and gets a Tetris. He's got the max out on level 30. I don't know what it is, but these pieces seem to keep coming faster. Oh no, this is going to be a top out spiral for Lucas. Okay, that is a top out for Lucas at A21. The target for Gwafey is A22. He's got forever and a day to get there. The next speed increase happens at the super kill screen on level 39. So he's got to chase this down. He's under 60,000 points to go. But he's got to recover here. Oh, building out that left very nicely. This board comes down very quickly. So see how he attacks this. A22 is the target. There is a triple A10. Still a low board. You're kind of weathering some misdrops and misflips, and he's got to get a line out of this. How does he get a line out of this? Oh no, and he's gonna top out. He's gonna top out with about 800 points to go. He was really just a single away, and he was unable to get that single, and the board just had too many gaps to find one at that highest speed, and Lucas is gonna hang on in his debut and make it to round number 2. What a match. You don't expect to see Gwafey going out in round 1, and you don't expect someone making their debut move into round 2 against a top-ranked player like Gwafey, but this happens. And Stolen Short Sword, absolutely correct. No kill screen chase down is ever free. That is correct. So GG's Gwafey, you did great. Lucas, though, seemed to have I don't know, the debut buff, I guess, is now a thing. But all right, well, Gwafey is out. Lucas is still in. Let's go ahead and report this to the Tetris authorities so that they are aware of this situation. Oh my word. Blue bracket, Lucas is in. All right, from semifinalist to round 1 exit, it happens. Everyone's too good now. That's the problem. Used to be round 1, just all scrubs. Now you got guys coming in here, you know, just dropping games against great players. So Lucas says, my heart was beating so fast. All right, so let's see. What have I done? I don't know. Nothing important. Okay, I have reported it, and you can now see Lucas will be taking on Akatu at some point in round 2. This is all going to feed into a match against Dengler. All right, thanks everybody for hanging out. Appreciate y'all. Oh, I forgot the credits button. Here's a credits button. This will thank you for supporting the stream. Squirrel and Flannel with the sub. Appreciate that. Prize pool now up to $18.97, courtesy of Junior. and a bunch of people doing codes. So please keep doing the codes. Now, the next thing that we're going to do is starting at 8 minutes, Jacobo versus Jedi Evan. I am going to cut stream so that we can have separate VODs for different tournaments, which I like to have different tournaments on different VODs. So I am going to cut stream. We'll be back in 8 minutes. And then we will do Mega Dasters Violet Round 1, Jacobo versus Evan. Thanks so much to our patrons, Scott Gray, Jay in the Window, K9 Tacky, Corporal Shelby, Troy Dead, Kim M, Rogue Potato, Cat Kid, Chavanti, Jason, and Sunny. Really appreciate that. We will be back in 8 minutes.